Hey everybody, this is Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I have a new big blue that's going into the shop in a little bit, maybe later this evening. I know that Jason and I are going out soon to take care of some things. I fall in love with every big blue, and this one is no exception. You can see it has my stamp on the back, Birdsong, which has been stamped onto some fabric and then sewn onto the back. Closure is a piece of denim that came off of some mud jeans, and the pages are tied in with the strings tying on the outside of the journal. There are 4 strings because I reinforced the very center stitches with extra thread. I know that these journals are meant to get worked in a lot, and I just felt better having 2 layers of thread. Anyway, there are 4 little strings here, and each one has a different blue bead. On the front is a kilt pin, and there's a charm that I made. It's got a silver colored heart and then a blue bead on the top and on the bottom of that. So once inside this journal, of course it's full of everything blue, and it is meant for you to just keep adding blue items. I challenged myself about a year or so ago, maybe about a year ago, I don't know, how long has it been, to work with the color blue, because it's not a color that I go to immediately, and I'm smitten. I fell in love with the color blue. You can see there's blue everywhere. We've got this beautiful fabric here on the pocket and all of the layers of blue. There are a lot of different layers of fabric in these journals. This has got some blue stamping on it. The cards in the front, this one looks like it came out of maybe a scrapbook or something, but I couldn't resist this one. Crescent Roasted Trademark Coffee, and it's got that beautiful blue color, and then this beautiful lady in the blue dress. It's just really, really pretty and fits right in. So let's go through. This is a 1 signature journal, and every page has got some sort of blue. There's a textile sample card. These are fun to work with. You can write little messages under here. These can be turned into tabs and pockets and things like that, and I have these listed on my website, abitofbirdsong.com. There's a layer of fabric sewn onto this page, and then some beautiful fabric from a very bohemian scarf that I have cut up and I'm using. I love this image, the ballerina. There's staining and stamping, but I still left a lot of room for the recipient to be able to turn this into their own blue landscape. There's some pretty blue fabric here with the raised velvety design. Butterflies on some wallpaper. There's another butterfly and some stamping. I'm just going to flip through. I think everything is pretty self-explanatory. I left room for you to work. It was very tempting to stain every page or to put something on every page, but that is not the point of this journal. There's another postcard. I put a little stamp in here of the date yesterday, 3/3, which was March 3rd, and that's when I finished this up. There's a paper clip with a blue button. There's Van Gogh in a blue jacket, and some music, calendar page, more wallpaper, and you can put something over this or leave it. Just touches of blue everywhere. There's a postcard with the blue sky and the blue ocean and some fabric at the top that's been stamped. And I love this page. You can see the bird cage, and then I've just decoupaged on a blue bird from some really pretty vintage wallpaper. Love the way this page turned out. I like the lace, which seems to mirror the front of her little cap. The stamping on this page. And then we had to have a blues player, of course. I stitched this guitar from a mosaics book that I have, and this page came from the mosaics book as well. This is a blues calendar that I had, and we will get to his picture on the other side of this book. This comes from a very large calendar with Victorian houses. This is from a book of old photographs. There's a pretty vase cut out with the blue. And then this page has been covered in some gold acrylic paint and then touched up with blue distress ink, which gives it a pretty neat effect. There's more of the house from the old calendar. There's some of the fabric that I've recently had so much fun with, doing a staining with ink sprays. And then there's a pretty blue tinted ledger page. I love this poem. I had not really paid attention to this poem before. It says, "And the nearest kin of the moon, the creeping cat looked up. Black Meneloosh stared at the moon, for, wander and wail as he would, the pure cold light in the sky troubled his animal blood. Meneloosh runs in the grass, lifting his delicate feet. Do you dance, Meneloosh, do you dance?" And that is William Butler Yeats. I studied English literature in college, so that is one of my favorite writers there, the English poets. More butterflies. There's some pretty wallpaper. And here is a textile sample card with the pretty blues at the top. And this is kind of like a jewel box, this little pocket. We've got a beautiful blue diamond inside, the Hope diamond, and I've just stitched on some more of that fabric from the scarf. You can see there's stamping, a lot of beautiful images. There's the rest of the pocket there, and you can put something in there. More wallpaper. This page with the ships, all of the lines and the sails, that came from a book of vintage yachts. And some pretty black and white pages. I just wrote the word record. More fabric, and there's some beautiful trim from Sheila Gingrich at Boho Daydreams. More pages where you can just work, and you're going to receive an ephemera kit with lots of blue. This is some tissue paper that I used to just decoupage over the back of this calendar. And there he is, Bucka White, the blues player. And something that I really enjoy doing is taking watercolor pencils and some water, of course, and a brush, and staining images on black and white paper. Love the way this stamp turned out. I don't know if this ink reacted with something in the wallpaper, but I've never seen it look so oxidized. It's very, very shadowy there. Really pretty. More of that calendar, and there are some old blue buttons. This says today is day 1, which is a very, very good sentiment. It's like that saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And more, that's an old piece of music. I just put some lace at the bottom of her dress. And there's a charm with some blue beads, and they are separated by tiny little white beads. More wallpaper. I love the little blue bugs. And there's map page. There's the beautiful blue mermaid and the butterflies and a big space for you to work on. And there's the bottom of the ballerina page. I made this little rosette flower from the scarf, and it has been stitched onto the page. And then on the back we have more fabric. I fell in love with this fabric. That looks very shabby chic to me. And then once we get in the back, we've got this bluebird, beautiful paper. There is an old flash card that says blue and some of the wallpaper stitched to the back, and a really pretty blue envelope. You can see the fibers in that paper. And here is a stack of blue paint chips with all these different colors, the color names for you to work with. Very inspiring and fun to use. Turquoise powder, blue flower, innocence, blue angel, ocean breeze. Let's see what's under here. Billowy down, bluebell, Costa Rica blue. So, you know, you could cut these into squares and make a big page of squares. Oh, and that's from some really pretty sailboat fabric. I've already put together a pack of blue postage stamps for this one. And you may remember in my own big blue journal, I had a page of just stamps, which ended up being really, really pretty. It was one of my favorite pages in the book. So this is in here ready to go, and this will come with an ephemera pack 50 pieces of ephemera that have blue or signify something blue. Thank you so much for looking, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.